About 6 months ago, I decided to try out Kindle Direct Publishing to see if it was all it was hyped up to be. So for those of you that don't know or aren't aware, Kindle Direct Publishing is a business model where you can create ebooks, upload them to Amazon KDP, and then make money off of either the royalties when people read them for free or a flat fee if they end up purchasing them. I'd seen so many suggested videos on how it was super lucrative, and since it was digital products, meaning I could continuously sell them over and over again with no upfront inventory cost, it seemed like a great opportunity. The main components that you need for a successful ebook here are first and foremost the script or the book, right? The book cover, and then the formatting. That's it. Now, if you want to make money, you do need an in-demand topic that's not oversaturated before starting to write the actual script. If you try to launch a book in a category or a topic that's already way oversaturated, it'll get drowned in a sea of competitors and you will not make any money. Now, on the contrary, if you write a book on a topic that you think is cool, but nobody's interested in, then you won't have any competition, which is great, but you won't get any sales either. So it is a balance of finding a topic with just enough interest where there's still an opportunity to rank a book and capture a portion of those sales within that specific category, niche, and keyword, but also you want to make sure that it's not super over competitive. Now, a great tool that you can use for this specifically is Seller Sprite. With Seller Sprite, you can identify profitable niches and keywords a lot faster than you could by simply searching manually. The keyword research tool is extremely valuable for this because it's going to help provide detailed information on the search volume of specific keywords so you can make data-backed decisions to see if your top keywords for that book topic that you're thinking about making are actually bringing in a ton of traffic and sales or not, right? We don't want to guess, we want to be sure. You can also use the niche analysis tool to research and analyze different niches and sub niches that you might be interested in launching a book for in the future, and that will tell you real fast your ideal category is a good opportunity or an oversaturated mess that will just drown your book in a sea of competitors. Which brings me to the competitor analysis tool that will help you identify your top competitors and analyze their actual sales performance. This will prove the concept and validate that your book does or does not actually have as big of an opportunity that you initially thought. By using each one of these tools to validate your top keywords, that your top competitors are getting sales, and that your niche is growing and not oversaturated, you are touching on many different important data points that will all but guarantee that when you do write and launch this book, you will have a higher likelihood to get sales fast and rank it and scale it. Again, we don't want to guess. We want to use a software to make sure and validate before we ever spend any time or effort launching it. If you want to try Seller Sprite completely free, you can do so through the first link in the description. I've been using this tool for a long while for my Amazon business, for drop shipping, online arbitrage, you name it. But I recently, for my last book, just started using it for my Kindle Direct Publishing business as well, and there is so much opportunity there. All right, so we've now validated the book idea using Seller Sprite and actual product research, right? But how do we write it? How do we get it launched to actually make money? Well, I've taken several courses on this and watched hundreds of videos, and they all seem to recommend outsourcing it to an expensive freelance writer, which, yeah, your book will be well written, but you'll most likely pay a lot of money for it. And if you're this far into the video, then chances are that you're starting out or you're interested in doing so in the near future, and you don't want to pay hundreds of dollars to launch a new book. I get it. I definitely didn't either. I still don't. But with ChatGPT, you don't have to do that anymore. If you know how to use it correctly and you know the right prompts to input, it can write a banger book for you automatically, completely free. Or if you have the upgrade, then I think it's like $20 a month, which is vastly cheaper than outsourcing it to a freelancer or anything like that. Now, you won't be able to just tell ChatGPT like, hey, write me a book. It obviously has limits. So it's important to make an outline of your desired book first, chapter by chapter to start with, right? Which is obviously much faster than actually having to write the book yourself and much cheaper than outsourcing it, like I said. And we are not talking about like an in-depth outline here that like your 7th grade teacher wanted to see when you had homework. We're talking about literally just a chapter by chapter title and topic. That way you know what to guide ChatGPT to actually write, and then tell ChatGPT to write each individual chapter. It will work so much better if you do that. Make sure you then read what it sends back to you though, right? To ensure that it makes sense, and even edit some things around here and there as needed. You will have to to actually do that, but if you do it right, you can make a great book, and you can use that book to upload to KDP, and it will be well researched and informative and well written. The formatting process is pretty simple as well. Just hire somebody on Fiverr to do it for you. You can find somebody for like $5 to $10, really cheap, and they can change it to an Amazon KDP format and send you back all the different versions of that, assuming that you don't know how to do this yourself like me. Now, the same goes for the book cover. I found somebody on Fiverr who does it for $10, and they do a very good job. Don't skimp on this though, because your cover is very important. Just like a YouTube thumbnail, you can have the best book in the world, right? But if nobody clicks on it because your cover sucks, then nobody's gonna read it, and you're never gonna make money. Now, I've launched 3 books so far, all written by me with the help of ChatGPT, of course. One flopped in the beginning when I thought the info in the book was great, but the other 2 did not. And the key lesson here was that while the first book topic was wildly oversaturated and didn't work, the second book topic was not, and the third wasn't either. And that made all the difference. The first book that I launched was something that I thought was a good idea and a good topic. I didn't use any data to substantiate that thesis though, and it flopped. It was wasted time, wasted effort, and wasted money trying to rank that book. And the next 2 times that I launched a book, I learned my lesson, and I used Seller Sprite to make sure that the niche in general wasn't oversaturated, which is big, to make sure that the competitors that were ranking close to the top already were actually getting sales by checking their sales trends on each listing and checking the top 10 broad keywords or my book topic to see if they were, 1, getting a ton of traffic, which is obviously important, but also 2, still opportunistic in the thought that I could still get there and rank in search results myself with a decent book and some reviews and read trajectory. And the results were drastically different when I used that specific approach. I wasn't guessing anymore. I checked all the most important data points to make sure that there was a decent amount of sales and opportunity and not a ton of competitors yet. And only then did I spend time and effort to create those books. That's the key. Now, my honest opinion on this business model is that it is definitely legit. It is by no means a get-rich-quick scheme, and it won't make you a millionaire overnight, but with some work and consistency, it can definitely grow into a real business and a real passive income stream for anybody that wants to get into it. Plus, I don't have to do anything for this either anymore. I just collect the royalties every month as the books get more and more reviews, more page reads, and their positions in search rankings get better and better. But as always, guys, this just works for me, so I really hope it helps.